We are good.
Good morning, guys and girls.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Lachlan.
How are you this morning? Are you good?
We are sensational. As usual, excited for Thursday live trading room. Guys and girls, let's start and kick off our live trading room with the most important thing, which is checking that you can hear and see us well and that everything is working fine. Can you text us?
Let me have a quick look here. So my sound is bopping along. So we should be pretty good actually. Let me just check who is hiding in here. Young, who have we got in there? Young Caleb. Can you give me a sound check, mate? Caleb or Fred or Jiz? I hope you guys are well. Should be able to hear us, should be able to see us. Yes, we got you. Jiz, thank you. Appreciate that. We know technology is working. That's great. Very good.
Sensational, guys.
Thank you.
So let's kick off our live trading room, and I can see people on YouTube as well. Let us know if you can see us and hear us well, and everything's working well for you. Let's kick off our live trading room. As usual, Thursday, Lachlan is here, and we are excited to trade the markets together. Lachlan, what are your expectations for today?
But at this stage, wow, I'm thinking they're going to go up. They're going to go up a little bit, then they're going to turn around and go back down again. They're going to do exactly what they did yesterday. So they'll go up, they'll fail at a key area. We've already got them identified. They're going to turn around, go back the other way, and then they're literally going to freeze like they did yesterday. Because once again, there are two polar opposite realities that, like we spoke about yesterday. One is there's a peace deal. Two, there is no peace deal. And at the moment, the S&P daily volume is at 33,000. Right? So yesterday I was at 28,000, which was the lowest we've had for the whole year. 33,000 is also very low. There's a lot of institutional traders that are sitting on the fence because they literally don't know what to do. Are we going up? Are we going down? Until that gets resolved, we're going to get like a really explosive move at the start. That's going to be really good fun. Then it will peter out. And then again, last night we had the same the whole way through, mate. So US pre-market was the same. US Open was the same. We have a social session we run with a guy called Breezy. That was the same. So you'll get that initial early hour move and then everything goes quiet. And then when they sort out Iran, the whole thing will go back nuts again.
All right.
So
sounds like lots of fun.
I think that's what we're going to do.
All right. Sounds like really lots of fun. From my side, guys, just a couple of reminders for you. First of all, for all guys who haven't got an account yet with the Trading Pit, you have a chance to get 15% discount with us. Wonderful opportunity for everyone who haven't got an account with that yet. So first time purchases is going to be 15% off with the code NEW15. And as well, for all people who are interested in instant accounts, we just rolled out a new product yesterday, which is instant accounts. And if some of you guys are interested in this type of an account, so you skip the challenge and you go directly to your earnings phase, check out our website for more information and use the code TDV Instant for 20% off. Until the end of August, we are giving a 20% off discount for these types of accounts. From my side, that's going to be it. Lachlan, are you ready?
Very, like every day, mate, ready to roll. No group.
If you're really ready, I'm not gonna take any more time from you. Good luck, guys. Have fun and enjoy the time together.
Perfect. All right, guys and girls, Lockie here. Hope you're magic. Let's just double check we can see slides. I'm being told you can see slides, which is fantastic. So we'll roll through this quickly. Guys, we've got a fair bit to do. Key note, as we mentioned, guys, the S&P volume is down. Down currently 30. So we're going to go 34,000, probably 35,000 by the time we start. I'm just looking down at these lower screens here. What does that ultimately mean? We're probably in for a very, very similar day to yesterday. We have high impact US news. It's a little bit later on tonight. We had their high impact news last night. And they basically took off, smacked into a pivot, reversed, went all the way back down, hit a pivot, turned around, and went back to where they started. So there was the high impact news last night was literally a bit of a non-event. So guys, we'll get into it. So welcome. My name is Lockie. What's today's date, guys? 13th of August. So we're halfway through August already, which is quite incredible. Now, again, guys, we'll run through the trading as we do every Thursday. Guys, my key to everyone, particularly if you haven't joined us before, trading is not easy, but it is simple. Guys, I would say it is very simple. As you literally have to follow a proven algorithm, and you can't afford to apply an unproven opinion to a proven algorithm. Guys, that's where a number of people get unstuck. So we're going to be very, very careful not to do that today. Now, it's the reason we run a live trading room, basically build a great community. There's awesome teamwork, and obviously we offer, you can't say 1,000% transparency, but certainly 100% transparency of why we do what we do. Everything we do, guys, is designed to provide immediate proof of performance, build confidence, and ultimately in a live chart, there's nowhere to hide. Everything we're going to do today, guys, is as per the 101 course. There's a couple of things that I will add in as we do every day, such as longer range targets and similar things. That comes out of the Platinum course. Now we do, guys, we've got 3 live trading room sessions that run every day. This is just one of them. We've also got a US closed trading session, which is really good fun. And guys, as I run this session for you on the European markets, we've also got an identical session running on the NASDAQ and S&P, the American markets. And those guys normally go very, very well in this session. Now, compliance goes really, really important for us because we've got people in Australia, primarily Australia, New Zealand, and also the UK that are going to be logging into what we do. So, guys, we cover the strongest compliance on all those jurisdictions. So, first and foremost, we are trading futures today, guys. Some people are trading CFDs. What does that ultimately mean, guys? There's 2 risks in trading. There's a risk of making money and also losing money. Because both the CFD and the futures are traded, guys, on margin. So that means you borrow a little bit of money every time you take a trade. What does it mean? Those risks, both good and bad, are magnified. Guys, just be aware, please, that futures trading is direct to and from an exchange like the Chicago Futures Exchange. CFDs, guys, are a completely different kettle of fish. So CFD is provided to you by a CFD broker or a CFD provider. So as much as some of you will be trading CFDs today, guys, just be acutely aware that on the CFD, your entry price and exit price will be very, very different to the futures traders simply because our data comes from a different location. Okay, now, guys, everything we cover, guys, will be general information only. The past performance of all financial products, guys, particularly in the stricter jurisdictions globally, guys, past performance can no longer be used as an indication of future performance. As I've mentioned this a couple of times, so much so that if you put up a trading, you guys may or may not be aware of this, if you put up a trading statement on Facebook now and say, hey, check out what I did, this trading statement is fully audited, Facebook will issue you with a community rules violation. So we literally in a situation now, guys, because you can't even put a trading statement online. So therefore, I can't refer to yesterday as a, wow, check out how good we are. All I can do is basically focus on today, which I actually think is quite good fun, guys. I think it's quite good fun. So market risk factors, guys, because we are trading over the internet, there's an additional risk factor, guys, called the variation that is called the internet. Suffice to say, I'll do my best to guide you in and out of the market as per the 101 signals, guys, and as per the samurai way of thinking. That said, we'll guide you in and out as best as we possibly can, guys. Some of you may not be able to get in where we want to get in and get out where we want to get out, but ultimately, guys, everyone's going to have a decent crack at that, which will be good fun. Now, guys, a bit of history very, very quickly about me. Guys, I started my futures journey on the 1st of August 2007. I actually bought a CFD and Forex trading course. Very, very quickly realized that, I'll just be polite and say Forex trading was not for me. I'll be very polite. As a result of that and realizing the difference between Forex and futures, I actually opened up my own futures dedicated trading school on the 1st of August 2009. It was the only futures school in Australia at that stage. Grew that to be a very, very large, very, very successful trading school. And then, guys, we decided to move to Singapore. We moved to Singapore so we could open a fund, guys. So that's what we're working on at the moment for all of those that are in the know. Guys, we're working on taking traders out of our trading school, guys, who are very, very good, and plonking them in a fund. And lots of work is being done on the background, guys, or in the background on that at the moment. So I developed the Delta V1, V2, V3 indicators, guys. All of the strategies and indicators that we use today, guys, are all developed in-house. So they are all ours, which is really important. As I did serve in the Army for 15 years, it was absolutely incredible. So therefore, a lot of the stuff we do, guys, at Samurai is very militarily focused. Guys, 2 email addresses. The best one is sayhello@samuraidaytrading.com. Guys, if you email that, you'll get the wonderful Sally. Sally's doing an incredible job, guys, in the background. Absolutely amazing job. So again, guys, please do reach out if you need anything, guys, if you need anything at all regarding what we do or why we do it. Now, as I build on, guys, free monthly online trader support meeting. We do this on the last Thursday of the month. It's called the Global Hub Meeting. Guys, last Thursday, so the last Thursday of July was actually the biggest global hub meeting we have ever run. So that means not only is the word spreading, but people don't mind logging in online on the last Thursday of the month, guys, 30 minutes after the LTR finishes, was to not only meet other traders, but talk trading. So I think, guys, that is a free format. You can come along, guys. If you're not a member, guys, you're more than welcome to come along, find out what we do, meet the key personalities, literally go through the strategy and similar things, guys. So we're pretty transparent about everything that we ultimately do. Now, what to expect today, guys, we will be running an FDAX-centric room today. The charts will be as per the purple squares on the right-hand side. I will be focused, guys, primarily on 12 teachings. They are the 12 teachings over there on the left-hand side, the 12 teachings out of the 101 course. The signals that we're going to be trading today, guys, will be generated out of the red wow comments, guys. So CSA, delta trading, ratios and candle dominance, and finally the ABC and stair step. Most important thing, guys, down the bottom in green, we let the market do the heavy lifting. So what does it ultimately mean? The market's going to generate all of the signals for us. As if you would like to target a very high success rate, guys, wait for the 5-minute candle to close before you push the button on the trade, because then all of the institutions, all of the robots, all of the AIs, all of the cool stuff out there in the world are highly likely to be making a decision on the same thing that you're making a decision on. So your success rate should be exceptionally high. Let's get into the charts, guys. We've got a fair bit to go through today, simply because, as I move this around, guys, simply because the market is in a bit of a state of flux, actually. So say state of flux, we have been talking about this over the last couple of days, but we've basically got 2 polar opposite worlds going on. Guys, now last night when we were running the social session with Breezy, guys, so our session yesterday, guys, the European Open session was really fairly quiet. Trump had come out, guys, about 90 minutes before the session saying, we're really excited to be putting the final steps in place for the peace deal. Isn't this wonderful? La, la, la. About 90 minutes, guys, after we started the second trading session last night, the Iranians came out and said, just to be super clear, there is no peace deal, there are no negotiations, and we're basically planning on negotiating with the United States once Trump has left office. And until that point in time, so until Trump leaves office, basically the Strait of Hormuz is closed for all US and Israeli ships, and it's basically business as usual for us. Thanks very much. Now, there's been no official US government response to that comment yet, other than the markets went absolutely nuts. All right. So if you want to analyze where the markets are, one of the really exciting tools you can use, guys, is an S&P 500 chart. And please, I just put it up on the screen for you. Guys, please use a 1440 chart. Don't use a daily chart. The daily charts, depending on who defines what a day is, the dailies can actually be quite inaccurate. What I want you to have a look at is down the bottom here. Okay, so down the bottom here, this will be an idea of why the market is doing what it's doing. Can anybody see a little bit of a pattern going on here? What does that pattern look like to everyone out there? And have you seen that pattern before? So, guys, what is that? That's basically declining. It's declining daily volume, right? What does that ultimately mean? It means less and less and less people Okay, less and less and less people are placing trades into the market because they don't know if it's going to go up or down. Right now, this kind of thing normally happens before very, very large news announcements or very, very large, like State of the Union, guys. This kind of stuff will happen during State of the Union when the volume drops. So that's the 1440 daily count, guys. And what we've got to keep a very close eye on, particularly for the European Open, is the daily volume today is currently at 35,000 or just under 35,000. What does that mean, guys? It means that we'll probably pick up 2 or 3, maybe 4 trades. It also means that the volume is probably going to drop out of the market relatively quickly. So we'll get a robust move when they first start, and then we've just got to keep an eye on that volume like we did yesterday. All right. So this declining 1440 volume basically means we're getting to the point where a decision has got to be made on what the US is going to do about Iran, whether they're going to do anything about Iran. I think, honestly, guys, I think we're getting too close to the midterms for them to do anything drastic. I think both sides are just going to sit there and basically wait for the other side to do something. What does it ultimately mean for us? As the magic rule is 3 candles, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if we start getting 3 candles that close inside the range of an earlier candle, you see we're all now starting to close inside the range of that -8 rated static bar reversal there. Inside the range, back inside the range, we're back inside the range, back inside the range. So the rule is 3. As we've now got 5 candles that are closing inside the range of this candle. It ultimately means the market is trading into a channel, guys, and when it breaks out of that channel, it's going to be violent. Right now, a lot of people out there in the world, Diane, how are you? A lot of people out there in the world, guys, will be starting to draw. Now, this has got snap mode on, guys, but they would be starting to draw a pennant. MJ, how are you? Hope you're fantastic. So these guys, there's many, many traders out there in the world, guys, who'll be starting to draw a pennant up here. But now a pennant typically, guys, so your flagpole is this one here. So you can probably see the flag at the top. You know, that ideally would go up to there. You see the flag at the top. So as the moment one of these daily candles closes outside the range of the pennant, so above the pennant or below the pennant, just for the technical analysts out there, that is not drawn correctly. I'm just doing this for illustration. The moment we close outside the pennant, the market will run in either direction of that close. All right, so that's what we're facing at the moment. If you would like, if there's technical people out there that are getting rashes because I'm not drawing that correctly, I can draw it correctly for you if you would like me to. But ultimately, guys, this means today we're basically going to be bouncing between Fibonacci's and pivots, and brings up a really great point, guys. I had a trader contact me a couple of days ago regarding the pivots, saying, Lockie, my pivots are different to yours, and I'm finding this very frustrating. And I said, if your pivots are different to mine, you're basically using the wrong pivot file. And they said to me, no, that's not correct. All pivot files are the same. And I said, no, they're not. There's 4 different. So just be aware, guys and girls, there's 4 different pivot files in the world. 1 is correct, and 3 of them are mathematically incorrect. So if you are trading today, guys, and your previous pivot or your gap or something along these lines is in a different spot to ours, if you're using a broker-defined platform, then that's okay, because the broker defines your pivots for you. That's not the error, though. The error is in the mathematics. All right. So you've got to just make sure that, for example, guys, on the FTX at the moment, your previous pivot should be at 26502. If it's at any other level other than that, you're using the wrong pivot file. And what it means is you're going to try and take a pivot-based reversal off a pivot that doesn't exist. That reversal is probably not going to go very well for you. Okay. All right. Now we've got 10 minutes, guys. So we'll roll through this relatively quickly. So for the FESX, guys, we'll just go all the way to the weekly chart. At the moment, guys, the buyers are still trying to push up. This looks a lot like these guys are losing steam on the weekly chart. I want to draw your attention, guys, to these blue circles. Those blue circles, we've got gaps to close to the downside. So when we get a correction in the market, it could be fueled by anything. Could be geopolitical, could be Japan. Guys, Japan's starting to circle, wanting to increase the strength of their currency by interest rates. Either way, guys, when we sell down, we're going to sell down to those blue circles. On the daily chart, guys, yesterday we've basically got a spinning top. We've got a lower low, guys, and then we've got obviously a higher high in the same day. So that is a classic indecision candle. They close below the 50%. That means the weight of traders around the world is moving towards selling. So don't be surprised at all, guys. I've drawn a Fibonacci down this daily candle to catch them on the way up. Don't be surprised at all if they push up to these key Fibonacci's and then they sell down and they try and trigger a weak reversal just under the body of that daily candle. One thing we do have to be very aware of is we could actually turn that into a green Fibonacci because that is the 4-hour chart. What we've got to be very, very aware of today, as I do that for you, got to be very well aware of, guys, is the seller zone, the stair step on the 4-hour charts. That means we're in 4-hour reversals long. Typically, when we're in a 4-hour reversal long, these guys will go up first on FDAX Open and they'll be pretty aggressive about it. Okay. Down to the 60-minute chart, guys, we are at this stage 1, 2, 3. We are only 2 hours into a 3-hour reversal long. So that there, guys, that little -6, all right, that's a little indicator. That little -6 is a very, very powerful reversal long, very powerful reversal. Those reversals normally go for 3 hours. We're only 1, 2 hours into that 3-hour reversal. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit upward movement first. All right, 15 minutes. The 15-minute is saying we're probably going to push up early and sell, guys, and we go back to the 5-minute chart. So down here, guys, we've got a gap to close to the downside, which is very, very important for those who are going to come late. The gap is protected by the previous pivot, guys, so we might get a technical close, which means they come down and get within 2 points of the gap. That will be a technical close. S&P volume, guys, was 33,000 coming in. It's now 35,000. So for the latecomers, guys, that volume is relatively low. So we're not expecting a very dynamic day. The US pre-market last night, guys, was really, really good. Also, the social session we run last night was also very, very good because the volume started to come in a little bit later. On the FESX, guys, we've got 2 levels, 6583 and 6579. Very, very key 4-hour shorts. So basically, they're going to act as additional pivots for us. Guys, they will act as an additional pivot. So we'll just see what happens, guys, on the market open if we basically sell down to the 50 fib, which is highly likely, and then bounce. Guys, I wouldn't be surprised if we cruise up, get caught. I mean, these guys are famous for getting caught at the 76.8 fib and then going straight to the 50 fib. So don't forget, guys, the European markets love the 50 fib on the 4-hour chart, and we've already identified the fact. All right, already identified the fact that we are in 4-hour chart trades, guys. So I think it's the 4-hour Fibonacci's that are going to prove to be very, very good for us today. Guys, over on the DAXI daily chart, again, we've got another, guys, not technically a spinning top, but again, it's a big sign that the buyers stretched up to that pink 161.8 fib extension, guys. So hiding in there, that little pink dot there. All right, we know these guys are in a weekly chart extension. They've gone to the 161.8 extension and failed badly. Because if we were kissed by an angel, they would push back up there, fail there again, and then we would turn around. And all we're going to do today, guys, is try and sell it from the 161.8 extension down to the 141.4. In that, it's 240 points, guys. So we've got more than enough room to make our daily KPI if they were to sell down. One thing we need to be aware of is that we're clearly setting up for a big reversal, but the market doesn't know how to deal with the basically the lack of geopolitical direction. FESX and FDAX, we're going to have to watch these pivots as well today. All right, in 5 minutes or so, guys, to the gun goes. Again, we're in a 4-hour long on the FDAX, so we just got to be really, really careful, guys, for the FDAX traders. Just be very, very careful about pivot-based reversals. You want the buyers to move a long way before that reversal. Like, for example, we're moving up towards the previous pivot now. You would want them, guys, to push nicely through that previous pivot, and you'd want some Fibonacci failure before you grab them on the way back down. 60-minute chart, guys, at this point in time, 1, 2, 3. So they didn't pick up there. So that's a very, very powerful 60-minute long. It's incredibly powerful long. Normally goes for 3 hours. They didn't actually engage on the next candle. They engaged afterwards. What does that mean? Guys, 1, 2, 3. So the FDAX traders at the moment still think they are in their last hour. They're in their last hour of a 60-minute reversal. That's why these guys are pushing to the high side. 30-minute chart. Basically noise for us today, guys. Those 15-minute fibs are going to be really good. We're good here, and we're good here. So 4 minutes until the gun goes. Guys, let me top up my water. I will literally be back in around 90 seconds and we'll get ready for the market to open. Guys, any questions at all, please jump on me. Give me 2 minutes. 2 minutes, I'll be back. So just hold on 1 second.
No, it's a 15-minute coming down the other way. So the 76 has got an issue going up.
It's TTP.
It is.
It's Thursday. Of course. Where's the emissary? Where's the emissary? I don't have time to do this.
So,
No, that's the website.
Got the efficiency too, 30. Very good. Andy got the efficiency as well. Great job. Plenty of room to the trend indicator. No issue with that. Very good.
Alrighty, as we are back.
Excellent.
So 2 minutes into the gun goes, as we're going to use that classic sort of 60 seconds, 90 seconds. Just hold on 1 second, I was fixing an issue in the background. We're going to use that classic 60 seconds, 90. We're going to use the 60 seconds, 90 seconds. Guys, what does that ultimately mean? We're going to analyze the markets, guys, 90 seconds out from the candle closing. We're going to analyze the market. Sorry, guys, I've got a technical issue going on here, which needs to be fixed within about the next 60 seconds. Of course, it never rains, it pours, right? It never rains, it pours. But it's very, very easy to fix, guys. 835. 951. All right, we're just logging in, guys, in the background. Okay, so at this stage, guys, 60 seconds or so until the gun goes. What we're going to be careful of today, guys, is reversals at the pre-top. So we're going to be careful of reversals at the pre-top because we are so close to the pre-top and we're pushing the pre-top in the actual little bit of time as we roll into the open. Should be this one. Okay, we are good to go. All right, guys, fixing computers in the background. Got our water, we've got everything that we need. We were expecting the push up, guys. As I said earlier, we are in 4-hour longs. As this 15-minute chart looks very, very, very bullish. Okay. That 88.6, guys, that 88.6 Fibonacci up there. That's all the way up here. That is a stunning spot to sell. Okay, now, so at this stage, you've lost sound. Okay, sorry, we're back on. Perfect. Okay, we're good. All right, 3 seconds till the gun goes. Sorry, guys, all the YouTube sound was turned on. Everything else was not. Okay, so as I mentioned, these guys are in an hour long. They're in a 60-minute long. So 4-hour long, they're a 10-minute long. So therefore, we are highly likely to move to the high side. Now, guys, I have a set of arrows on my ninja chart. I don't know why I have a set of arrows on my chart. Oh, there we go. We're back. Okay, so at this stage, that 88.6 Fibonacci is an incredible spot to sell. That 88.6 Fibonacci is an incredible spot to sell. The flip side of the 88.6 is, again, if these guys sell down very, very aggressively, it is highly likely, As we came in, I was talking about this being an incredible spot to sell the market. Incredible. Sorry, it's a bit of a mic issue at the start. So for those that sell under the 88.6 fib, that's an amazing spot to sell. That's an amazing spot to sell. Holy moly. So I do apologize, guys. A couple of technical issues as we came in. The sell price, guys, under the 88.6 is 544. So 544, incredible spot to sell. I think my mic was off when I said, hey, if we get up here, that's an amazing spot to sell. Now, guys, I've sold at that price. So I've sold at that price, guys, and I've been ATM'd on my long-range targets. Right? So I've sold at that price, but I've been ATM'd. I'm just going to try, guys, and add a Fibonacci extension to context that. And there is, wow, okay, there is the 133 Fibonacci extension. Holy moly. So therefore, guys, that right there, that is like the piece de resistance of sells. Guys, there is no doubt about that. So if you have sold, guys, I want you to try and hold the sell as far as you can, please. All right, this kind of early failure, we spoke about these trades in the background. So that 60-minute move, we also spoke about the 4-hour move. This could be the end of the 4-hour move. And I say that because they've sold up, guys, to their favorite 4-hour Fibonacci, which is the 61.8. And then all they've done is failed at the 61.8 and go straight back to the 4-hour 50 fib. Right, so that's basically what they've done, which is really exciting. So, guys, all that ultimately means is, guys, we've got some buyers coming in. If you are short from up here, guys, I don't know if anybody did grab the short. If you did grab the short, a massive well done. Guys, I didn't give you a clear enough entry price on that short, so I won't be putting that into the called trade book. What we're now looking for, guys, is climactic reversals to the downside. We'd also be looking for a pre-top reversal inside the next candle. So that's a pre-top short. FESX, has gone up to the pre-top. Look at this. FESX has failed perfectly at the 76.8 fibs. Absolutely perfectly, guys, which is where we thought they were going to fail. Then it's turned around and gone back down. So we could be in, guys. We could be in for one of those days where we get some really strong selling. I would really like that, guys, because normally it's those days where we can pick up some really good moves, which would be absolutely divine. It's absolutely divine. So the 15-minute chart, guys, interesting point. 15-minute chart has gone straight to where we wanted them to go. Failed really perfectly, guys. These beautiful little 15-minute sells up here, and then basically just tanked the market, which is exciting. So again, our loyalty, guys, today is still for long-range shorts and short-range longs. We know they're in a 60-minute trade. We know they're in a 4-hour trade. So we were expecting a buyer push on open. We were cautious about trading off a pivot as a result of that. And that caution was probably well positioned. No question about that. So with 20 seconds to go, guys, we're going to keep an eye on a previous weekly high, which is hiding in here. If we were to push back up anywhere near that 88.6 fib, that could be amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a Fibonacci down that candle, because the risk, guys, we're going to have to see the buyers push up. Okay. Wow. All right. We've got a gap down, guys. So what does it mean from the FESX? Sellers are very strong, but they're into the 50 fib of the day. So if we want a reversal, short on the FDAX, we need the buyers to push up. Ideally, we need them to move through the previous weekly high, and we're looking for a short under the previous weekly high. I don't want these guys just running without us. If you can hold the risk, guys, that Delta V2 short is a valid short at 514. The deal with the trade, though, is the risk is over the profile. In fact, way over. All right, so we're not going to take that short, guys, at 514. Unless you're on a single contract, guys, on the FTXM, you're looking at holding around, it's 50 points, guys. So way, double our risk profile. So we're not going to be doing that today. All right, so double our risk profile. Let's not do that, guys. Let's wait for a textbook perfect move. What I would love to see, so candle is closed. We've got a relatively okay ratio drop. We're looking for the buyers to push up, fail at Fibonacci, then get heavily rejected. At the moment, we're just waiting for that price movement. What's probably stopping the FDAX from getting a little bit crazy already is the FESX is selling down into its 50 of the day. Have I got anybody short? Have I got anybody short from up here that's going to try and hold for 15 minutes? Giz, you are short. But did you go short, mate, at the 88.6 fibs as I suggested? Is that the one you've gone in on? Because if you've gone in on that, you've done very, very well. Giz, I want you to try and hold the trade for 15 minutes, please. Your Fibonacci extension takes you all the way down to the open and plus more, mate, plus more. So if Giz is short, you're short under the 50 fib of the day. Okay, mate, all right, nothing wrong with that. So you're short under the 50 fib of the day. For the beginner traders, guys, we're looking for our ratio-based shorts. We're 2.5 minutes, 2.5 minutes. Oh, you're short under the 60-minute 50. All right, the 60-minute 50. And I've got that. Okay, I've got that as my 4 hour. I think I've got that as my. Oh, there, you're short there. Okay, perfect. Perfect. All right. So, guys, so at this point in time, okay, the sellers are struggling to try and push these guys down here on the 5-minute chart only because the FESX is into the 50 fib of the day. Now, typically, guys, it goes and touches the 50 fib in the first 10 minutes. It's done that. It's ticked that box. As we are right at the top of a really, really critical 4-hour high. Where's the 4-hour short? The 4-hour short is there, 6572. Now we know how these guys love, guys. The FESX loves the 50 fib on the 4-hour chart, and we've got a 4-hour short, 6572. Okay, so 6572 is a 4-hour short. Okay. Now the sellers, guys, are still bopping along. Okay, still bopping along. So we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. At the moment, guys, the buyers still own the stair step. That 15-minute chart is looking absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. All right. Now, we're going to end up, guys, with a very, very strong selling candle here on the FDAX, which is great for those that are already short. Now, if this ends up as a 4-point turning bar short, and we get that on both markets simultaneously, very likely on the FDAX, unlikely on the FESX. Again, buyers on the stair step. Wow. So our reading of the market was absolutely bang on. So I've got no one short under the 88.6, but I do have people short under the 50 of the 60-minute chart. All right, so we're going to try and hold that Giz for 15 minutes. For the traders who are not in a trade, we are looking for if we want a short, guys, we're looking for the FDAX to close under the previous pivot. Yeah, so we're looking for the FDAX to close under the previous pivot. Which it has not done. What has the FESX done, guys? So the sellers have lost control of the FESX. So at this stage, guys, what we're looking for, I would suggest, is we want the buyers. So if we're going to pick up a trade on this candle, guys, we want the buyers to move up. We want them to create a higher high up here, and we want to take a reversal. We want to take a reversal off this previous weekly high, or if they cruise up and give us a higher high, we may be looking for a pre-top reversal. So we've got a number of different things, guys, that we might be taking advantage of. The OSR will be set at the end of this candle. For Giz, who's currently short, mate, you got out at 10 and 15 with an ATM. Mate, well done, that's great. That's good profit in the bank. Good profit. So what we need at this stage, guys, for the DAXI traders, what we are looking for is It would be amazing. It would be amazing understanding over here on the right-hand side, the buyers own the step. On the left-hand side over there, the FESX, the sellers own the stair step. So we need the buyers to push up here. We would love if they come up here and create a higher high and then absolutely get walloped at Fibonacci. It'll be the key with Fibonacci. That is a very, very strong statement. So again, for those that are new for what we do, right, this Fibonacci extension, which guys I was late putting on because I had that crosshair on my chart. I don't know where it came from. This year, guys, they pushed up here. You can see they tagged the 141.4 fib extension perfectly. So again, guys, if we had that on, we could have said, all right, we've gone up, we've hit key Fibonacci's, we've gone climactic, we're going to short underneath the 133 extension. And that trade there, guys, looks like it's gone around 40 points. Right? So I missed the entry because I didn't have the Fibonacci on. So there's a great little lesson. As we come into European Open, just make sure you've got the right stair-step extension. It'll either be a stair-step extension or a dominant candle extension. It'll be one of the two. Now we're 2 minutes, guys, 2 minutes out or so from the 15-minute charts closing. We are going to get a 15-minute chart static bar reversal short. As it is going to be caught under key 15-minute fibs as well, which is very exciting. I'm watching for the higher high. Now, typically that higher high might literally just flash in, turn around, and then come back out. Or it literally might flash in, turn around, and go back the other way. Dan, you got 6, 12, and 20 off the pre-market box, and it didn't run. No, it didn't run today. It hasn't run today. And this is something I alluded to already. As I did say today, and again, it's similar to yesterday, we're probably going to get a really robust move to the high side. That's going to fail at a known area. It's going to turn around, come back down. We'll probably have 2 or 3 trade entry opportunities, guys. Then the volume will disappear. And this is what normally occurs when the Europeans are waiting for high impact news, right? So this is why, again, discipline has been the key. Discipline has been the key to trading. My best account, guys, so I've got, as you guys know, I've got 6 accounts running. The best account is currently sitting at 349 US, 349. Again, though, I did get that reversal, guys, early on, but I got ATM'd on the reversal. So myself, like Mikey in Malaysia, in Thailand. Sorry, in Thailand. I might be looking to loosen up that long range ATM slightly, guys. So if you do get a 50-point runner, it just changes the way the week looks. There's no question. So at this stage, we are watching for a higher high. 60 seconds out. FESX. The buyers are trying to get back above the 50 of the day, guys. That is a really, really well-known pivot. So again, we've got no trades we're allowed to take, which is exciting. What I want the FESX. I want the FESX to close under the 50 fib. That would be absolutely magic. A close like that would be fantastic. I then want the buyers to move in, guys, on the FDAX. Give us a higher high. And I'm looking to trade off the bottom of this candle, this climactic candle here as a static bar reversal. I need to get above the candle and what I'm doing is I'm looking for the buyers to push up, fail at Fibonacci. Nice little ratio drop would be fantastic, which is what we've got. So at this stage, I need the buyers to push up. Right, backup trades, if they push up here, slight higher high, there will be a pre-top reversal. What I don't want is for these guys just to tumble. Now, don't forget we've got a pivot there, guys. We've got a pivot there that is quite happily sitting there. All right, so I've got 26501, guys. 26501 is a 4-hour short. A 4-hour short if they buy first. And guess what they've done? Okay, they've bought first. Okay, so FDAX, please don't run without us. That would be very boring, but we will be able to catch you on the flip side. Yeah, spot on the mark, mate. So we've got, again, as at the moment, the buyers own the stair step on FTAX, the sellers own the stair step on the FESX. So we've basically got two markets in conflict with each other. We might find the FESX could just try and run straight to the pivot. And if it does that, that's okay. They're allowed to do that. Some days, the market tries to run without us. Now, guys, if we're impatient or we get angry or we do something silly, that's when the market teaches you shouldn't have done that. So we're going to be careful. Yeah, Dan, we'll be a little bit careful. As I said, guys, I picked up the short underneath the 88.6, but I did get ATM'd. Again, I haven't actually been able to hold one of these longer range trades this week. I've been ATM'd on almost everything. Last week, when Cody was moderating, it must have been a Cody thing, but when Cody was moderating, it was just, I don't know, something was protecting the stop loss. Every time we got in, it triggered the stop loss and just ran away from it. It was fantastic. This week, this week, not as much. Now, guys, at the moment, we've obviously got the sellers selling down on the FESX, guys. They're selling down into key 4-hour levels. So we're below one key level. We're above another key level. If the FTAX was to close a candle like that, guys, in 2 minutes and 32, we are going to pick up a really nice short. It will be a 4-point turning bar short. I need agreement from the FESX to take that trade. There will be 76 fibs hiding down here. So if we do draw out Fibonacci's as we do normally, so I'll draw my Fibonacci up to the top to catch them on the way down. These guys will almost always come down and touch the 76 fibs. So they've literally gone and touched that fib now. Now, guys, that is not a reversal because the buyers own the stair step. It's a continuation style trade. If we were to pick up a continuation style trade, I'd really like a tiny little candle, a tiny little candle as opposed to a big, robust selling one. At this stage, guys, if we placed an order above the lower OSR, just so you know, it is not a reversal trade. It is a continuation trade. So it's a continuation of the stair step. Right? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that trade if you are a continuation trader. The only concern I've got is that we have the FESX is below the 50 fib of the day. So if the buyers decide to buy the FTAX, the FESX traders might do the same, guys, and then run into a brick wall. All right, so what we'll do today, guys, is I'll make sure that everything is classed either beginner trader, advanced trader. In terms of continuation trades, guys, we wait for the candle to close. So wait for the candle to close before we say, hey, there's a great trade. We are in the last 90 seconds. So what we may end up with here is a very, very strong sell candle. Let's just wait and see. It would be incredible, guys. It would be incredible if the buyers push back up near those key Fibonacci's and fail, because then we're effectively looking at a break of structure in the market. The buyers will panic because the sellers will hit them, and then we're off and racing. Then we're off and racing. So this is going to be a very, very strong sell candle on the FTAX. Very strong sell candle. Again, if we get a similar candle, guys, over here on the FESX, particularly if they close underneath the lower OSR, so 13 or so seconds away. If they close under, guys, we're looking for a nice retrace and a violent rejection, and it is a reversal trade short. Right, so just wait for the candle to close. Right, ticked all the boxes. So, guys, it is a valid short on the FTAX. The entry price is 491. So that is 1 point underneath the candle. The buyers must retrace, guys, and they must get rejected. You must get picked up quickly, and you must also control your risk quickly. Now, the risk on the trade, guys, is 5, 10, 15. It's around 25 points, guys. It's right on the edge of our risk profile. Right on the edge of the risk profile. It is not a 4-point turning bar short, guys. It's just a very, very strong candle short. Volatility is 23, so it will be a 5-point first target, guys, a 5-point first target and a 5-point risk control for those that are allowed to take the trade. So, guys, if you are short at 91, right, your risk control point is 86. If you're short at 91, Your risk control point is 86. Guys, now this is only for those people, guys, that can hold 25 points of risk. Right? If you can't hold 25 points, guys, this trade is not for you. So it's a big efficient candle to the downside, guys. If you're short, your first target, guys, is at 486. I'm super confident, guys, that on the third selling leg or the third selling campaign, we're probably going to see, a little push down to that black line. Right now, if we do get another push down, these guys normally sell in three phases, 3 waves or 3 phases. So what I'm looking for is a second selling push. Volume's fine. Sorry, I'm looking for a third selling push. This is your third selling push. FESX is below. I'm pretty happy with this trade, guys, at the moment. I'm just watching what the FESX is doing. I do want them to push through your risk control point. That's the third selling push. All right, so if you are short, guys, outside the range of the candle at 91, guys, you're in a valid trade provided you can hold 25 points of risk. We can't go long, guys. We can't go long because the buyers own the stair step. So if we do get back down, guys, to 4 points worth of profit, it's 87. Our risk control point's 86. If we do get back down there again, guys, then instead of holding 25 points worth of risk, we're going to bring our stop down behind the current candle. So we can't pick up a reversal trade long at this stage because the buyers own the stair step. Let's just watch this FESX very, very closely. Suzanne, okay, perfect. So Suzanne has actually been taken out of that trade, which is fine, guys. Now, guys, depending on where you got in, guys, you might have got 1 point positive slip, which Suzanne has got. Again, it is a valid, efficient candle. We got a nice retrace and we got a nice rejection. The FESX is now setting up or trying to set up a turn. Right, so what we're going to do is, what have we got? About 90 seconds to go on the candle. Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, S&P 500 is trying to head north as well. So guys, what we're going to do with your FDAX trade, is at this stage, we are going to pick up what might be a swing trigger to the high side. Right, so I just looked away to look at the S&P 500. If the sellers sell back down, guys, anywhere near your entry point, as we want to bring our stop down so we don't have 25 points at risk. Now, I'm just watching for the FESX close. All right, now this will be the 4th selling phase. Now, typically, guys, they get it done in 3 phases. This is the 4th selling phase. So what I would encourage everybody to do, guys, please, if you're short on this one, at this stage, I'd bring my target to my entry point. So that basically saying, you know what, I'm going to scrub the trade, or we can wait for the candle to close. As this is going to give us a swing trigger long back into a pivot. All right, so there's going to be some people that take this long. We are not going to go long. So if you are short, what we're going to do is we're going to reduce the risk on your trade, please. So if you are short, guys, again, we're going to reduce the risk on your trade. The FESX has failed. So FESX has failed to get back inside its OSR. The FDAX is now back on your entry price. So if I was in this trade, I would now be putting my target on my entry price and either getting out of the trade, or what I would be doing is bringing my stop through to -4 or something. So it's a lot better than minus 25. Right, so that trade goes right on the edge of our risk profile. We've given them 4 times to push the market down. They've gone right on the edge, guys, right on the edge of our target or our risk control. They haven't played the game. So what I would now be doing, guys, is you can do one of 2 things, guys. Just scale out of the trade. I do that by bringing my profit targets up. You can scale out of the trade, or You can say, Lockie, I'll give them one more candle, but just be advised, guys, to set up a swing trigger long, and that swing trigger could push us back up to the previous pivot. All right, so if anybody is short, we've had an opportunity to scale out potentially at 0 or +1. Guys, I would be scaling out around about this time, only because the trade normally, guys, the trade normally performs in around about 3 to 4 minutes. This one has taken a little bit longer, and as a result, we'd say, all right, at least I'm going to reduce my risk. At least I'm going to reduce my risk. Now they've gone through to the first target. So what I'm going to do, guys, we put that in the book as a scrub trade. The reason I say scrub trade is I've given you instructions on how to get out at 0 or 1. Now, the only reason you would stay short, if you wanted to stay short, is the FESX has basically tried to get back inside its lower OSR, couldn't get back inside the OSR, and then started to sell. And we had a gap down on the FDAX. You might have said, all right, Lucky, I'll give the weight of the market to the sellers. Now, if you've done that, you've obviously gone through some degree of target. Dan, you got a +5. It's a pretty good result, mate. That kind of signal, mate, normally just takes off, like literally bolts. And when we saw those 3 selling moves to the downside, and they didn't absolutely punish, then we know that they're thinking about potentially switching. Now, mind you, guys, we can't go long. So we can't go long. We've got an incredible swing trigger long straight into a pivot. So there will be some people that are sitting buy orders, guys, over the top of that little red candle. We're not going to do that. And Michael, yeah, mate, we may get a volume drop. We may get a volume drop. And I think the key with a volume drop, guys, is if you've already made a little bit of money, I'd strongly encourage you guys to have 3 KPIs. Guys, so my personal KPIs are 5 points, 10 points, and 20 points. If I've made 5 points, I'm happy. If I've made 10 points, I'm stoked. If I've made 20 points, I'm even more stoked. I'll just have a quick look. So at the moment, my best account is sitting at 349 US. So 349 divided by 28. So I've made 12 points. So I'm halfway. Basically, I'm over my second KPI, nowhere near my third KPI, but I'm still green, guys. I'm still green. And now we wait to see, guys, if the buyers do push back up again on the FDAX. What would be incredible is if the buyers were to push up on the FDAX and just give us a higher high and fail at the pre-top, we're going to get a huge sell down, which would be really good fun. It's really, really, really good fun. All right, so again, let's just see. So what have we got? We've got, I'm going to give this one, guys, this one up here, I'm going to put a purple circle on it. And when I do the compliance reports, I'll be saying that I didn't call the trade fast enough because I had an issue with my Ninja Trader. All right, and then we've had a scrub trade down the bottom here, which we were expecting to move. We gave it 3 chances to move. The moves, the selling campaigns were really obvious, and then it basically just went blah, I'm not going to perform for you. Now, at this stage, a buyer's on the stair step, so we are looking for a swing trigger style trade. It is going to be a clean swing trigger as opposed to a dirty swing trigger. I want the FESX to be above its lower OSR. These guys are trying to set up a reversal long. The FDAX is trying to set up a swing trigger long. So at the moment, we've got the FDAX thinks the buyers are in charge. The NASDAQ, the FESX thinks the sellers are in charge. And as a result, we've got markets that don't know what they're doing. All right, now I've got FESX, guys, is below its lower OSR. So what does it mean? We've got a signal on the FDAX that we're not allowed to take. The ratios on the FDAX are absolutely amazing. The ratios are incredible. We just don't have a trade that we're allowed to take, which is really annoying. But that's okay. That's why we're patient. So that is a classic, guys. That little SBR there, that is a classic swing trigger long because the buyers own the stair step. Again, I'm looking for shorts. So what would be amazing is if the buyers pushed up. I mean, it would be incredible if they push up here. If they literally just push up to the lower OSR, guys, in this previous pivot and fail, then this little body, guys, that little body SPR, it's actually a short, not a long, guys, it's a short. I just want to see the buyers push up a little bit and fail, guys, and our short trade is 1 point underneath that little SPR, guys, at 493. But I need the buyers to push up and get absolutely whacked, and I need the volume to return, please. So that's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. Now, this volume drop used to happen to us. The volume drop used to happen to us also when we were trading gold and oil. And it's just part and parcel of what we do. It is part and parcel of what we do. And the reality of it is that the volume drop will pass. And when it does, the volatility will come back and we'll be back to 5 or 6 trades a day. And holy moly. Guys, last night, the US pre-market was really good. The social session with Breezy, guys, did go very well as well. So again, if the volume is quiet in this session, it's highly likely it comes back in the later sessions. All right, so if we get a nice little buyer push, guys, which we're watching for at the moment, a really nice little buyer push, it would be incredible if they push up to the pivot and fail. Like, I just want them to push up there because I want to be short, guys. I want to be short underneath that SPR at 93. Now, I've got a tiny little push and then a flop. Let me just have a look at what the NASDAQ is doing. So NASDAQ, guys, NASDAQ volume is in the 300s and S&P 500 is in the 400s. So it's the European markets that have got the volume drop more than the other ones. There's no question about that. And in fact, the S&P, guys, just to give you an idea, the S&P, the other trading room set up an absolutely incredible reversal. Absolutely incredible reversal. Can everybody see just here? Everyone see here, you've got this beautiful static bar reversal. Then you've got a lower low. So again, anyone that's gone long on the S&P 500 on this series of SBRs after this big climactic candle couldn't go anywhere, that's obviously pushing along quite nicely. So again, if we still get a volume drop, guys, next week on the FDAX, yeah, what I'll do, Mike, is I'll put the S&P 500 into this trading room, and if the FDAX goes flat, we'll go and trade the S&P 500. I mean, so the beauty of what we do, guys, we can trade all of these markets simultaneously. There's nothing stopping us trading everything simultaneously. And again, guys, if the volume drops on this one, we say, right, volume's dropped on the FDAX, let's swap to the S&P. Now, that's exactly the kind of rejection I was looking for, guys, on the FDAX. Volume is just okay. Guys, volume is just okay. Yeah, so volume is just okay, and we are looking at this point, I would like the FESX to stay under its lower OSR. Okay? So you see the buyers were pushing up to the lower OSR before. They got very heavily rejected. That's when we got that big punch on the FDAX. So it's super critical, guys, when the volume disappears. It's super critical. Again, if you've got some profit in the bank, again, well done. It's super, super, super critical that we wait for the candle to close. We make sure we've got permission to trade. So as the volume drops, guys, you've literally got to become even more disciplined. So even more disciplined than normal. All right, now the NASDAQ has just set up a beautiful sell signal. Let's see what these guys want to do. So again, guys, what I'm looking for, I want to be short. I want to be short at 1 point underneath that candle, guys. So 1 point underneath the little red one, guys, at 493. Is anybody short, guys, at 493 based on what I just said? So waiting for the buyers to push in. We want to be short at 493. Okay, Dan, you are short at 493. So what you want to do, mate, is with the volatility is at 12, guys. That's the lowest volatility I've seen for a while. And if you're short at 493, your first target would be 5. Your second target would be 10. Right, so first target 5, second target 10, or first target 5, second target would be down at the pre-bottom, and you would be, which is not that far away, guys, which is not that far away. And you would be trying to pick up a runner short if the FESX closes a large selling candle, which it looks like it's going to try. So we've got Dan short, guys, under the body of that SBR. Now, the reason he's short, not long, is that the buyers own the stair step. All right, so for the buyers to own the stair step on FDAX, we're looking for the higher high. We're looking for the buyers to push up and get slammed. Again, we can be short under the body, guys, at 93, and our first targets would be 88. Our second target would be 83. All right, now if they get anywhere near Dan's second target, guys, which I do believe they will, if they get anywhere near 83, guys, they're on 83 now. That means the sellers will have stolen the stair step from the buyers if they go any lower. And that means for the first time, we've actually got the selling stair step on the FDAX agreeing with the selling stair step on the FESX. Right, so Dan, if you're short to 483, mate, your selling target just got absolutely nailed. So well done. Yeah, perfect, mate. Well done. So, sorry, guys. I've just heard the ATM trigger on my wife's computer, who's run away to sort out an issue. And it's triggered. Right, perfect. Sorry, you know where you hear the cha-ching and you're thinking, well, hang on a second. So she is long, guys. She's long on the NASDAQ, and her ATM was literally chasing the market. Okay, so at this stage, guys, we've got sellers owning the stair step on FDAX. If the sellers were, guys, if the sellers were to push down on the FDAX, so push down here below the open, and come back through, we are going to pick up an 88.6 Fibonacci reversal. Now, for those that are over here on the left-hand side, the sellers came down here, bounced there and ran. So what does it ultimately mean? This is a continuation trade. That's a continuation trade. Suzanne, well done. So what does it ultimately mean is, again, if you were to run your stair step over the price gap, which I strongly recommend you do, that's what the stair step looks like. Right, now they've honored that Fibonacci perfectly today, which is exciting. So what that ultimately, dare I say, what that ultimately means is we would need the FESX, guys, we need the FESX and the FDAX to be reversing off their opens. Now we're just approaching the last 90 seconds. Guys, the volume is okay at this stage. So we are in the last 90 seconds, meaning that we're not going to go long above the 88.6 Fibonacci, guys, on the FDAX until this candle closes and proves it's going to close above the open.
FDAX 5-minute candle close in 60
If we do
seconds.
close, guys, a really, really strong sell candle on the FESX, guys, and the FDAX simultaneously, then naturally, if we're on the wrong side of the pivots, we can't go long. Still short from the previous trade. Sarah, how are you? Second target, waiting for the third target. So I'm still short from the previous trade. Okay. So what you want to do, Sarah, please, you're still short. Hello, how are you? So if you're short from the static bar reversal under the body, then you want to make sure you've got no risk on your long range target in case they bounce off the pivot. Glenn, you got 5, 5, and 10. Mate, well done. That's a beautiful trade. So good. So guys, even though we're being handed not a great deal of volatility, the algo is still working. All right. So the reason we picked on this SBR is not only is it obviously the SBR mathematics behind it, but we waited for the higher high. We waited for the sellers to punish the buyers, and then we put our entry underneath the body. We can only enter under the body, guys, if we get a higher high and the buyers own the stair step, which they did at the time. All right, now the sellers own the stair step.
Volume warning on FDAX.
All right, so sellers own the stair step. We are going to pick up, that's a gap up. Okay, so guys, we're going to pick up a double failure reversal here off the open. So what does it mean, guys? If the sellers sell down, and tag the open, then a long goes over the top of the 88.6 is a reasonable trade. I need them to sell down first. Guys, we're not just going to put an order on because I want to trade it as a double failure reversal, not a single touch reversal. Sarah, if you're short, too easy, Danilo. Hope you're fantastic. Sarah, if you're short, then please make sure you've locked in profit so you can't lose any money on your third target. So just bring your stop loss. You might bring your stop loss down to +4 or 5 or something along those lines. Now, the only reason you do that, Sarah, is because you're short and we're potentially getting a counter signal long. So the market's basically saying, hey, I might have actually finished going short. You don't want to just slam your stop loss down and scrub the trade. What you want to do in this case is we're selling the mark. So obviously the markets are selling. If we get a nice retrace here and then the sellers move down beyond the open and then they collapse. So if the sellers were to collapse through the pre-bottom, your long range target, okay, these guys are going to want to go and close the gap. Your long range target is very achievable unless they start doing this. So what it's going to mean is you're like, all right, well, you guys don't want to go down, so you're going to stop me out of my long range target, but you've stopped me out in profit, so I'm happy with that, and I'll wait for the next trade. Hey guys, what we were looking for is we were looking for the 88.6 Fibonacci reversal long. Obviously, other people are looking for the same thing that we're looking for, which is fantastic. Now, at this stage, what have we got? Nice. So if you were short underneath that, guys, target 1's out, target 2's out. Yeah, perfect, Sarah. That's great. And that's the reason we have that trailing stop running down, because the last thing you want to do is make profit, and then have your stop loss on your long range at break even. That just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Okay, so guys, what we've got is the sellers stole the stair step. So we were looking for the sellers to push down, give us the double failure reversal. They just decided, the buyers just decided to take off anyway. So what's now occurred, guys, is the buyers now own the stair step. All right, so we had 1, 2, 3. Sellers own the stair step. Buyers have just stolen it. So if we get another push up, guys, if we get another push up and that gets whacked, they're actually setting up now a reversal underneath the previous pivot and lower OSR. They're also potentially fueling this 4-hour short over here on the left-hand side. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to watch the time very closely. We're also going to keep a very, very close eye, guys, on the FESX. And the reason I say that, we don't want to take a new trade in the last 90 seconds. We're also going to keep an eye on the FESX, because if they close a buying candle, right, and this could be a 4-point turning bar long, thank you, mate. If they close a strong buying candle here, guys, on the FESX, they're going to go straight for the 50 fib of the day. We don't want to be short on the FDAX if these guys close a strong buying candle, and we're just cruising into our last 90 seconds. Right, so what I would suggest is going to occur. So again, just let these guys move, guys. This is good. So Sarah, this is why we have the trailing stops that move into profit as soon as your first target's taken out. So again, guys, strategy wins. Now what we're looking for, buyers own the candle. Nice, last 90 seconds, no new trades. We are now looking. I mean, it would be a dream if they come back up here and turn on the hour. That would be a dream. Okay, so let's have a look here. All right, so I got my Fibonacci drawn down to catch them on the way up. I am going to get, guys, a very, very strong buying candle on both markets simultaneously. Now, the buy is going to be fueled by a pivot. Therefore, it can be traded, guys, in the last 15 minutes. Now, the deal with a long is if we are going to go long, there's big buying candles here, guys, on FESX. All right, so if we're going to go long, we must get a retracement. So the sellers must retrace down, fail at Fibonacci, then get rejected. All right, so let's have a look. Don't you go much higher, please.
Volume warming on FDAX.
Of course. Of course you have. So, guys, we can't go long, right? Straight into the pre-top. That's too close, guys. It's too close. So we can't go long. In fact, we can actually pick up a pre-top short. Now, what does that mean? The buyers own the stair step. So buyers own the stair step. We would need the buyers to move up. Guys, very, very handsomely, the buyers would need to move up, guys, and get absolutely slammed at one of these Fibonacci's in order to go short under the 50 fib. Now, a whole lot of people are probably thinking the same thing at this stage. If that candle closed, guys, that candle closed about 10 points below where it did, we would be looking for a really nice retrace and a really nice rejection going long over the top of the candle and pushing it to the 50. Because it's straight into the 50 fib, we can't actually go long. Now, FESX has given us a stunning buying candle. They had a chance to close over their 50 fib. They got pushed back at the close of the candle. Then they tried to jump the 50 fib and they've been pushed back again. So again, at this stage, we're not going to go long over the top of the big green candle because we can't trade directly into a pivot. What we're looking for is the buyers to move up. So we do want the buyers to push up, hit a Fibonacci, get absolutely slammed, and then we're looking for a short under the 50. It's the only thing we can trade, guys, in the last 15 minutes is a pivot-based reversal. And at this stage, we don't have the criteria. I mean, if those little buyers, if they just pushed up 3 or 4 points and got slammed, as you could, so this is where the correlation works perfectly, right? So if these guys pushed up and hit something and failed badly, guess what you can sit on right there? Can you see that little delta hiding over there? Absolutely incredible. In fact, now we've actually got a higher high, guys. We can trade under the body of this. If we treat this as a static bar reversal, we can trade under the body of that SPR. So when we get the buyer push, you've not only got the buyer push and the sell under the 50 in the previous pre-top, you've got to sell under the body of this one. You've also got to sell on that delta. So there are more trades here, guys. There are more trades. We've just got to be super patient. And you guys are doing quite well. Like this is the market is moving, guys, but we can't lose sight of the fact it's moving on very, very low volume. All right, so this is a bounce off the pre-top. So if we had more space to the 50 of the day, if we had more space, we would be going long over the top of that big green candle. So if the big green candle closed, let's say down here, okay, we would look for the retrace, look for the rejection, go long over the top. That gives us around 10 points worth of room to the 50. That's a ton of space. And we would now be long, guys. We would now be long. However, because we're really close to that 50 fib, is what we're looking for instead is we're looking for the buyers to push a long way above this 50 fib and then get absolutely hammered. This is what we're looking for. All right, so we want them to push a long way above. Right, so that's the second push. All right, now again, just watching very, very closely here, guys. I was expecting them to reach a little bit higher and get slammed. Guys, now again, if you want to enter the stop losses, guys, of the people buying the market, the short's at 517. Now this is only, guys, if you trade off pivots in the last 15 minutes and you're happy with the fact the buyers are pushed up and failed twice. In fact, I say that we're in the last 90 seconds. I said, don't put your order on, please. We're not gonna take trades in the last 90 seconds because we might get caught on the wrong side of the market. This close, guys, if we get a close like that, if we do get a close like this, the FDAX is listening to us today. If we get a little close like that, guys, it's got a stunning little ratio drop. Now we're going to get really close. What are we now? 50s. All right, so we're not quite at the turn of the hour yet. But you can see what they're doing, guys. So FESX is caught under the 50 fib at this stage. So FESX is caught under the 50 fib. So again, guys, what we want, if we're going to go short on FDAX, we want the FESX under the 50. We don't want the gap over the 50. We want a really lovely ratio drop, which we've got. Okay, now what we want, guys and girls, okay, is we want the buyers to push up, tickle the 50 fib, and then we're picking up a short. That'll be a double failure reversal short under the pre-top and 50 fib. I'm just watching what the other markets are doing. Or, guys, or just wait for the turn of the hour. We will get more volume in on the turn of the hour. The volume is just okay at the moment. Right? So if we got a really, really nice little buying push up that got absolutely slammed, right? So it's all about the slamming. It's all about the slamming. That delta V2, guys, on the left-hand side of 514 is outside the range of the current candle. So all the people that are buying this market are going to have their stops behind the candle. So we want them to buy up and we want it to get slammed. So you're watching for the buyers to push up and then the sellers to absolutely obliterate them. As the beauty of that push or trace reject style of trading is you don't actually join the market until your team is showing signs of winning, which is really exciting. All right, so this is good. We want the buyers, guys. We want the buyers. We now watch them. We just watch them, guys. We want the buyers to push up and we want them to get obliterated. Like literally bang, bang, bang. Normally happen in 3 phases. So we want to be short. We don't want to be long. Now, see how easy it is, guys, how easy it is. You say, righto, buyers, I'm happy for you guys to push into the market, then I want you to get slammed. At the moment, we're waiting for the slamming evidence. Guys, now that's gone high enough, guys, that's gone high enough that sitting underneath the body of this little SPR at 615 is a really, really lovely trade. Provided when these buyers push up, they get hammered by sellers. Absolutely hammered. You'll see it happen. They normally hit them in 3 phases. So that's like the first little tickle. That's the second tickle. Now, this is either buyers giving up or sellers saying, ha ha, we got you again. Right, so see those 3 hits? That means they're probably going to turn this candle red. Right, so if you do trade in the last 15 minutes, there is a short on at 515. 515. Risk control point 510. Right, so risk control point 510. Right, I'm just going to watch that counter. All right, so they've engaged at 515. So they've engaged at 515. Your first target and risk control, guys, if you trade the last 15 minutes, your first target and risk control is 510. You've had a perfect sort of buyers push up and boom, 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 3 hits from the sellers. We won't take the trade, guys, again into the last 90 seconds of the candle. So if you're already in the trade, it is a valid trade. There are some people that just don't trade the last 15 minutes religiously, guys. So whatever you've got in your trading plan, all right, these guys are now going into price discovery. That little wick down the bottom there is like, hey, what's going on down here? Right, you guys, if you've gone short at 1.5, have just kissed your first target. Can everybody see how important it is to wait for the candle to close, wait for the push, retrace, reject, and then put your order on when your team proves they're actually thinking about doing what you want them to do? Now, some traders, guys, with the higher high, some traders would have said, well, you know what, Lockie, I'm going to short under the 50 fib. I'm going to short here. So it basically means you're carrying less risk with more potential of reward. I like the body, guys. I like that delta V2, and I like a 5-point target, and it's just gone 6s. Now, this reversal, guys, Caleb, you're under the 50, mate. That's a beautiful trade. If you're under the 50, mate, volatility is 19. I'd be looking for a 5-point first target. I'd be looking for 5-point first target, 5-point first target, 10-point second target, and I'd make sure that I've controlled my risk. Cheers, well done, mate, well done. So for those that were waiting, so what you've done, guys, for proof of what you've done, you've got a really lovely ratio drop. We can't go long, we can only go short. You've waited for the higher high, and then you've sold under a known psychological area. You've used an early first target, so you've made money. You can't lose money on the second one. And if this runs, this is hilarious, guys. If this runs, this is hilarious. Now, what you've just got, strong sell candle on the FESX in favor of your trade, and you've got the FDAX gapping down. Suzanne, well done. You got the delta. So, guys, if you're slowly navigating through this very slow moving market, again, if you've picked up another 5-point trade, guys, don't forget 5 points is our LTR KPI. Right? So if we can get the majority of traders to do 5 points in a day, As the LTR is worth around $700 a week to those traders. $700 a week pays for the LTR 7 times over per week. That makes the LTR, in my humble opinion, guys, good value. Right, whether you're here to trade or here to learn, I think that makes it relatively good value. Because even $100 a month with $500 return, that's a pretty good return. But if we can get everybody to $500 US a week with the LTR costing less than $100 a month, I reckon that's a good investment. Being a bit of an investor, I think that's actually quite good fun. So for those that are short, if you're going to hold short, so understanding the only thing we can trade in the last 15 minutes is a pivot-inspired reversal. Your Fibonacci extension looks like that. Your 33%, which is your institutional launch point, is right here. So that's their first major test. Are you going to launch? So you see they're just gearing up to launch now. So just see what they do. If they launch, the long-range targets are looking really good. If they don't launch, you can't lose any money. So this becomes a game, guys. This becomes a game of how long you can hold your short for. All right, after volume and volatility start increasing, guys, the risk control point is down here. The target is down here. And again, this is that break of structure, guys, we were talking about. If the buyers move back up and fail, then we're going to get a break of structure in the market, which is what we're currently looking at. Okay, so if you are short, so I've got a number of people short, which is fantastic. Giz, you're going to hold to the lower OSR, mate. Well done. Giz, nice work, mate. Well done. So Giz is out, guys, on his trade. Sarah, are you still short? Are you short, Sarah? And are you still short? Right, you're out of the lower OSR. Michael is short. Well done. Sarah, first target is paid. Well done. So I'm going to try and help those that are short to try and hold their shorts. Glenn, nice work, mate. Bill, hello, mate. How are you? I hope you're awesome, mate. So Bill's short. So what you want to do, guys, is you want to pay attention to the Fibonacci extensions and the retracement. And we're looking for the Fibonacci's agreeing with each other. So straight away, I can see that where they agree with each other and that where they agree with each other. So what does it mean? We're going to wait for the candle to close, and then we're going to wait to see how they deal with these two. These two little starts with C. When everybody agrees with each other. Cody knows the word.
15-minute candle close in 90 seconds.
Fibonacci, we had it yesterday.
FX 15-minute candle close
And they
in
bloody
90
agree
seconds.
with each other. Thank you.
Confluence,
Cody, conscription. Conscription. No, confluence. I'm looking for confluence. I'm looking. Conscriptions. That's what they do to you in the army. So, I love it. So, guys, what we want for the shorties, confusion, Josh. That's the world I live in, mate. A state of abstract confusion. Not when it comes to candlesticks, guys. I'm pretty okay with candlesticks. So at this stage, what we want for the short traders who are short, all right, we want the FESX to give us a strong sell candle. This will be the 60-minute chart traders coming in now, guys, arguing about what they're going to do. We want the FDAX to close below the previous pivot. All right, we want to close below the previous pivot. We cannot go long, guys. We cannot go long. So we can only go short. Now, I say that because if we're short, right, and we're holding short. That means that if you're short, you're just going to try and hold for long-range targets. We've got our two confluence, call it agreement points, guys. We've got our 2 agreement points. We would love the FDAX to close under the previous pivot and the lower OSR. We want the FESX to give us a really, really strong sell-down candle. The last 10 seconds of this candle, guys, will be very interesting because this is when the big boys and girls start to come in and tell you what they're going to do in the new hour. Okay, so see in the last 10 seconds, they sold down quite aggressively. And that's the big boys and girls coming in, which is great. So what we're doing at this stage, anybody who's short, right, let's say you're short at, you're short at, well, I think you're short at 1.3, aren't you? 1.3, 1.5, delta. No, you're short at 1.5. So anyone short at 1.5, the volatility says it's going to pay a 5, a 10, or a 20-point target really, really easily. It's going to pay a 5 and 20 really easily. What we want at this stage, that is a 4-point turning bar short. We want the buyers to push up like that very, very early. We want them to get slammed. All right. So Sarah and Bill, you've been trading for a long time. Sarah, you haven't been. What you're looking for, says, is you're looking for these guys to push up and fail badly, and you can bring your stop now behind the previous pivot. So what you're doing is you're locking in, let's say you're short at 15s.
FX delta forming.
You're locking in around about 11 points. So you're basically saying, you guys can now run down through the confluence points, please, or the agreement points. I want you to run. FDAX is famous for going to the 133 fib extension. It'll tag the 141.4, which is exactly where this agreement is in the market. Then it will rebound the other way. So at this stage, as if you're short, you're holding short. The turn of the hour, excuse me, came about 5 minutes before the turn of the hour, which is fine. S&P goes 10 minutes either side. So you guys are just holding. As if you're getting nervous about the holds, your stop loss can basically run 10 points behind the market. So your stop loss would be sitting now behind the body of this candle. Giz, 447 under the OSR. Well done, mate. Okay, another trade. Giz, you're doing very well. As Giz might be moderating the way he's going. So, mate, keep going. Keep going. So, Sarah, please lock in profit on your long ranges. So, guys, my advice to everyone is lock in profit on your long range targets, please. You don't want to have your stop loss at break even. If these guys decide they're going to reverse now, again, I'd be locking in maybe 10 or 12 points. Okay, 10 or 12 points. We are expecting these guys to push up and get slammed. If they push up 3 times, Sarah, if they push up 3 times and they don't get slammed, this green candle is going to end up all the way back up here again. So it's really important. Breezy 10 and 30, mate. Great to have you back in the LTR after a very late night last night, mate. So welcome back, mate. Great to have you back as the part of the family. Bill's out. Well done. US is plummeting and the FDAX is like just screwing us around. So what can we learn? All right, Sarah and all the new traders. All right, the moment these guys get to the 100 extension, which is that extension right there, the moment they get there, what we want to do is we want to lock in as much profit as we can. So these guys have gone down, they've sniffed the 133 extension and gone, nah, I don't want that, and then they turn and come out the other way. So Sarah, what you could do, Bill, what you can do is this. As they come down and sniff the 133, you can bring your stop behind the 100. Because if they don't punish the 133 and run, they're going to go back the other way. Now, that would have locked in 95 from 15, so that would have locked in a full 20 points on your long ranges, even though you've already been paid on your short ranges. So you can use these extensions, guys. You can say, righto, tag the 133, my stop's behind the 100. Tag the 150, my stop's behind the 133. Tag the 161.8, my stop's going to be behind the 133. So this extension is not only an idea of how far they're going to go, but you can use them as like a mechanical risk control point. Sniff the 133, my stop comes behind the 100. If it bolts, it doesn't matter. But if it doesn't bolt, everybody makes money and everyone's happy and we turn around and go back the other way. It's actually quite good fun. Wow, the US is getting tanked. Holy moly. All right, so let's have a look. Now, the NASDAQ looks a little bit more impressive. Guys, the NASDAQ has got a candle that's around 100 ticks. The S&P 500 is only 12. There's our long and there's our short. There's our short there. Boom, 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 boom. Now, we know about the S&P, guys. You've got to hold it for 15 minutes. And in fact, great lesson, guys, on the FDAX today. There's our signal candle. Retrace back up, picked us up. So we've got to hold for 3 candles. 1, 2, 3. So we basically milked that cash cow for as much as we possibly could. Geez, 160 ticks. It's huge, NASDAQ. So someone just said something, guys, that's upset the Americans. They did the same thing about this time yesterday, though. They upset the NASDAQ plummeted, and everyone was like, yeah, whatever. It's the NASDAQ. They came back the other way. So, guys, I think officially at this point in time, that means we've had 2 trades. Because the moderator ballsed up this one. I should have I got it, but you guys didn't. So we're not gonna mark that as a. That's not gonna. So we've only got 2 trades. I think though what's most important, guys, is we might have only got 2 trades, but they've done what they're required to do. Now I know I sound like someone that's trying to sell you a concept. Kusera and Jula, the West Bank. Okay, thank you, mate. I appreciate that. So guys, as much as we've only got 2 trades and they've actually gone quite well, I see that as we've got very difficult trading. So got very, very difficult trading conditions. And yet we're still trying to milk as much as we possibly can out of the market. I also look at that and go, well, that's 100% strike rate. There's a particular trading school in Australia that keeps saying very nasty things, very nasty things about quote, if there's a trading school out there in the world that targets 100% strike rate, don't use them under any circumstances because it's not achievable. Now, you guys probably wouldn't know who that trading school is, of course, but they're nasty. They're nasty. They put nasty comments on my YouTube videos.
ES Delta forming.
So, Dan, you've done very well, mate. 3 trades. Well, that's great. That's great. Yeah, they put nasty comments, guys, on my YouTube videos, which is actually quite funny. I don't know if they realize they're actually ranking the video by doing that. So they're actually ranking the video, which is quite funny. But I do believe, guys, categorically, psychologically for you guys, I think it's Diane, I agree. It's very, very important, guys, that we strive for 100% success rate. All right. If we fall slightly short of 100% in the game of trading, that's actually still pretty good, right? If we fall shy of 100%, well, so be it. But why not, guys? Like, why not? Like, why not go for 100%? It's incredible for people's trading psychology. As if you can nail even mid-90s, guys. Even mid-90s is really good. All right, now at this stage, guys, volume is good. Buyers own the stair step. We're coming into our 90-second comparison. So at the moment, let me just double check. So 1, 2, 3. Buyers stole the stair step. Stunning short trade. Gone beautifully. Everyone's done well out of it. Lesson that comes out for Sarah and the new traders, a lesson that comes out, guys, Fibonacci extension over the larger candle. Run your extension down. The moment they touch the 133 extension, then you can retrace back. You can bring the stop down to the 100. If they run and they bolt, well, giddy up. But if they don't, even if it locks you in 5 or 6 extra points, you're using a mechanical risk control strategy, guys, which is not open to interpretation. Right, the moment they touch the 76, the moment they touch 100, the moment you basically just slowly move your stop loss down manually. As they do that, and you're basically using the structure and the volatility of the market to control your risk, which is very exciting, guys, because at the end of the day, the market determines what we do and why we do it. Sim going, okay, well done, Suzanne, well done. Well, Sarah, the reason we do it, we want a short range first target, long range second target, or as you're doing, you've got 3 targets running, is the moment the market moves in your favor, hits a couple of targets, your risk is reduced, you get to the point where you can't lose any money on the trade. What that does, Sarah, is your risk to reward ratio is then completely blown out of the water. So if you've got a target, let's say you've got a target at 12 and a target at 25, and your stop loss is at -1, just for mathematics, your minimum risk to reward ratio is 12 times in your favor, and you've already made money. For your longer range target, let's say your 25-point target, which I do love a 25-point target, your risk to reward is 25 times in your favor. And people bang up and down on the internet about a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. You know, you can go for 1-to-1 if you want to, but you probably find you're better off using an early first target, a long range second target, reducing your risk. When it runs in your favor, it becomes a game of how long you can hold your trade for, understanding that you have no risk. And a lot of traders out there in the world can't get their head around this concept of we have no risk on the trade. They're like, but that's not possible. I said, well, it is. If you've already made money on your first target and your stop loss is less than your first target, then you're in a risk neutral environment. And then you can just get on with the job of being the best you possibly can be. And I'd suggest Fibonacci is a great way to do that. Really good way to do that. Oh, Nikki K, well done. I'm just looking at the other trading room, guys, and they've picked up this incredible climactic reversal and incredible climactic reversal on the NASDAQ, and it just skyrocketed the other way, which is fantastic. So that's awesome. All right, so guys, our volume was looking pretty good. Now it's a little bit lame, but that's all right. The volume could lift towards the close of the candle. At the moment, the buyers own the stair step. Oh, so we're looking for selling base. So buyers own the stair step, looking for selling base reversals. If we did get a really nice little buyer push up here, we're going to hit exactly the same sell level again. Guys, so we're going to use the body of these SPRs. Geez, that's what I was looking at. The volume is very low though, mate. The volume is very low at this stage. 516. Yeah, I was looking for a 515, mate. So guys, if we get a nice little buy, so if the buyers push up again, we see that slam down. So we see the slam down. We know that the buyers on the stair step on both markets. We're looking for selling base reversals. FESX is stuck under the 55th of the day. It would be really nice, guys, if the buyers push up. We can literally grab 515 again. Just let them come through though, guys. Just let them come through. They've got to go way beyond where we want to enter, and then you've got to see them get physically slammed. This is the only time there's any kind of, all right, Lockie, what do you mean by slam? So I want these guys to push up. Guys, it'd be amazing if they push back up through the pre-top, the 50 and the 76s. So they push up here and get absolutely drilled is what I'm looking for. And I also don't want to go short in the last 90 seconds. Let's just see what they're doing. So let them come through, guys. That in the last 90 seconds, also knows the SNQ not in agreement. No, mate, they're not. The S&P 500 wins that. So the S&P 500 is buying and the NASDAQ is selling down to a double failure reversal off a pivot. So if I was trading the NASDAQ, I would have just picked up a double failure reversal long, guys, off a pivot, right? So we always trade the NASDAQ in agreement with the S&P 500. So we've literally just triggered a double failure reversal long on the NASDAQ. S&P 500 is buying and FDAX is in its last 90 seconds. So all these trading rooms, guys, used to be together. So we had S&P together, NASDAQ together, FDAX together. It ultimately means that, I think, my humble opinion, there's too much going on. So we get traders, particularly new traders, miss trades because they're like, oh, NASDAQ, oh, S&P, oh, this, oh, that. Okay, so at this stage, those last 90 seconds is very much an FDAX rule. We're 30 seconds from the close. Excuse me. Excuse me. Plus 20 of the same SPR. Oh, what I meant. What done. So you're going long. So that means that you are trading a swing trigger long. So, yeah. So you're trading a swing trigger. Perfect. Okay, mate. So guys, wait for the candle to close. This is going to be a stunningly efficient candle long. We've got a very strong candle long on the FESX as well. Buyers own the stair step.
FDAX delta forming.
Risk is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So guys, we're back up to our maximum risk of 25 points. And there is a previous weekly high above us that was honored perfectly here and perfectly here.
Confirmed.
So I would say at this stage, we're not going long. Okay, 60-minute 50 fib, 60-minute 50 fib. Okay. Yeah, if I get rid of that, then yes, I've got it as a 4 hour. I've got it as a 4 hour 50, 100%. So as we can see, we've basically got this beautiful big candle. Yeah, perfect. Got a beautiful big candle. We've failed at the 50 fib on the 4 hour chart once. Call it the 60 if you want. Failed there again, failed there again. If anything, this is setting up a triple failure reversal short. Now, again, to get a triple failure reversal, what I need is the buyers to show and fail at Fibonacci. All right, so at this stage, because we're shorting, guys, back down to the pre-top and the 50%, if the buyers were to push up here and then get slammed, then a short just under the previous weekly high and that 50, guys, looks really good. At the moment, we're just waiting for the buyers to show and we're waiting for the volume to come back in. Excuse me. All right, so at the moment, we're waiting for, basically we've set a trap. We're just waiting for these guys to move into the trap. Please don't turn around this run without us, guys, because this is absolute classic, cannot go up, can only go down scenario. Now, S&P is also reversing. Unless S&P is also reversing, third failure would be, oh, well, geez, it means that, again, so the first time we failed, got a really good seller response. Second time we failed, got a good response. That's our moneymaker trade for the day. Now we're basically just waiting for permission to trade. And I would love some volume, guys. We're 3 minutes into the candle. We've got just under 60 contracts. So I'd like a little bit more volume. I think what is really important today, guys, is that we've followed our plan and we've got paid. That's the most important point. So 3 trades have set up. I didn't do a very good job of calling the first one, guys. 3 trades have set up. They've all gone to target. As I said earlier, 100% strike rate. That's not a bad strike rate. And I don't think, guys, we should settle for anything less than that. Particularly if the rules are guiding us in and out of the market every day. Guys, we just don't need to change anything. Don't need to change the rules. Don't need to change the strategy. And just slowly but surely, we'll get better and better at chasing those longer range targets when we've de-risked everything, which is exciting. Guys, we literally do it for the next three years. 3 years would be amazing. Of 3 years of really good trading.
5-minute candle close in 60 seconds.
Slowly get everybody up to around about 10 contracts would be amazing. Guys, even if that's 2 contracts traded on 5 accounts, it's still 10 contracts, and that becomes really good fun. Now, these static bar reversals are now coming back into vogue again. So if this candle closes like it does, as we're looking at picking up these SBRs, as in the body entries that we were talking about earlier, because we've got a higher high again, which opens up all of these SBR resets. Volatility is quite low, so it'll be an early first target. It's early first target. Excuse me. I think I must be allergic to school holidays. Some of the parents might know what I'm talking about. I'm like, oh, don't you start. Ah, dear. You've already got the t-shirt, right? You know the drill. All right. Now, at this stage, we have, guys, permission to go short.
Volume on
FDAX. Come on, darling. We have permission to go short. What we need is the buyers to retrace back up this red candle so we can pick up our desired entry point, guys, at 515. All right, they must retrace up the candle and fail. And the deal with it, though, guys, is we wanted to go short at 515 with a target of 510, and they've gapped over our target. It's not very funny, Michael. It's not very funny because all I wanted was these guys to push up a little bit higher, and we were going to grab that delta there, or grab this one here. Again, guys, if these guys pushed up even a little bit higher, so if they pushed up higher and came back through, we'd be short underneath the previous weekly high as a triple failure reversal. Yep. So literally we'd be under there as a triple failure reversal. We would now be like, oh, gap and run, isn't this great? So we need, I think the FTX may be reading the Samurai List. Yeah, geez. Yeah, but as long as she rings like 20 seconds before she gaps and just goes, hey, I'm about to gap the market down. Now, this is what we've got to be careful with, guys. So again, they're setting up what we want them to set up. All right, now we've got to watch our volume, guys. Currently, we are 2 minutes into the candle. We've got 21. All right, now if we didn't get the big gap down, guys, we'd be putting a Fibonacci on this candle. We're waiting for the retrace. We're waiting for the violent rejection in order to now go short at 515. V3 delta's long. Look at that, mate. That's huge, Jiz. So very, very rarely, do we get V3 deltas on the FESX. Very rarely. The mathematics, guys, to get a V3 delta, the mathematics on the FESX is so strict that that's an ominous sign of what these guys are about to do. All right, now watch, guys. So watch for our signal, please. So at the moment, guys, you put your Fibonacci retrace down the turning bar and say, I'm going to catch you at the 50 fib. Worst case, I catch you at the 61.8. Guys, the fact that they're now at the 88.6, that means we can't reverse underneath this candle because they've gone beyond the Fibonacci retracement. Can everybody see how important that is? So even when they gap the market down, right, you say, all right, I must get a push, I must get a retrace, and I must get a rejection. So I must get those three things. Breezy, you went, did you take my trade on the NASDAQ? Ah, dear. All right, so at this stage for the FTX, so man, we're going to have to bring the S&P and NASDAQ back into this trading room. Because I hear a number of you are trading the NASDAQ and S&P while also trading the FTX. We might have to bring them all back together again, guys. All right. Buyers on the stair step. Buyers on the stair step. Well, Breezy, yeah, it's a double failure. It's a double failure reversal off the pivot. That's the one we spoke about earlier. So 60 ticks, mate. 60 ticks is $300 US. That's a good result, mate, on the NASDAQ. Considering it's not even in this, trading room, that's a good result. So 60 seconds to go, guys, on the candle. So we're just doing our classic 90-60. At this stage, again, we put a Fibonacci over the candle. Let's put a Fibonacci over the candle in order to wait for the retrace, wait for the rejection, then get in. We got the retrace, we got no rejection. So now the buyers are up here, which is basically a safety catch. These guys are now setting up a triple failure reversal off this previous weekly high and the green 50. We want the volume to increase a little bit. Don't you run without us, please. That would just be not cricket. Well done, Breezy. That's fantastic, mate. That's fantastic. Well done. So at this stage, guys, that is a triple failure reversal. We got the higher high that we were talking about earlier. So we've got the higher high. This is what we wanted earlier, to sell underneath here and then run it down. So at this stage, we're looking for agreement from the FESX, which we've got.
Volume warming on FDAX.
Our volume is just okay, guys. Our volume is just okay. So the point being, guys, if these guys push up above, you're looking for a short underneath that 50 Fibonacci. Again, I would suggest the short would be at 525. They've got to get well above your entry point. Well above the entry point. like that and then get slammed, guys, and then get slammed. Now, the deal with 525, guys, is the 50 fib of the day and the pre-top is at 520. So the only trade we have on offer on the FDAX, guys, is now a triple failure reversal short off Fibonacci and what I would suggest is a relatively good pivot. Guys, it's not a hard pivot. It's not a soft pivot. It's kind of in the middle. And again, holy moly. If anyone is short, guys, at 525, if anybody's short at 525, all right, you want to make sure that if you got skipped, you take your order off, please. So if you've been skipped at 525, yeah, definitely now, guys. If you've been skipped, take your order off. If you haven't been skipped, your first target is 520. Excuse me, first target 520. Second target is 515, but please don't leave your sell order on if you got skipped. The only reason we're getting skipped is because of the low volume. So anyone that is short at 525, we waited for the buyers to push up. We waited for them to get hit. If you're short at 525, first target's 520. Please do not leave your sell order on at 525. Now, did anyone get picked up after all that talking, or do we all get skipped? Okay, that's all right, guys. If you get skipped, it's okay. It just means that we lined up in the queue, but we weren't far enough in the queue. So Caleb's been picked up. So, mate, 5-point first target, please. So 5-point first target. Make sure you've neutralized your risk. Hey, Lockie, my first target was hit, but now I can only see my stop. My second target is missing. Okay. Mate, jump on your NinjaTrader Control Center. Are you using Chart Trader on the right-hand side of your chart? So what's happened, mate, is your stops come down. It's come down to the market and it's been rejected and it's been put back on the... Yeah, okay. So, mate, if you want to bail, then literally right-click. So right-click on your Chart Trader panel and push flatten everything. So right-click on your Chart Trader panel. You can cancel all orders and then you can flatten everything and it's going to take you out of the market and lock in all the profit you've got. Yeah, mate, you move the stop to even if you want to, but if they won't let you move the stop, it means it's been rejected. So your stop loss moved down. So your stop loss moved down and hit the market and got rejected. So if you can't move your stop loss, or you can move your stop, then move it down to break even, mate. Move it down to break even and see if we can get a longer range run. Okay. So I've got Caleb short, guys. I've got Adam short. Perfect. Caleb short. Adam short. Please make sure you guys have got no risk on the trade. Volatility is 17. So 5-point first target, 10-point second target. And it's gone exactly 5s and 10s. One thing I would be very aware of for the guys that are short at the moment, please. The micro trend looks like that. So the 50 fib, you need these guys to close below the 50 fib of the micro trend if they're going to go further. All right, so 52 seconds out. All right, so Caleb, you're short. Yeah, guys, the FESX is basically saying hold the short. All right, so I use that as a little bit of a cheat. So hold the short. So Caleb, if I was short at the moment, mate, I'd be short for 5s and I'd be short for 10s. And then I'd be short for basically the lower OSR. If the FESX gives a 4-point turning bar short, this short's going to turn into something really special, actually. But promise me, guys, no one's got any risk on the trade, please. And we really want to close under the 50 fib of the micro trend. Caleb, I want them to go to the gap for you, but the question is, are they actually listening? All right, so watch the 50 fib of the micro. Guys, watch that very closely. All right, so they've closed below and then held below the 50 of the micro, which is really good news. All right, really good news. So at this stage, guys, if you are short, all right, so for those people that got picked up on the trade, from here, you see, guys, how important it is to wait for the buyers to push up and then get absolutely smacked. if you are short, 5-point first target, 10-point second target, please don't have any risk on this trade. Young Christian, mate, it's been slim pickings today, mate, slim pickings, but good pickings. Our best trade is this one here, 5, 10, 15. Yeah, that was our best trade, 20-pointer just there. So mate, our best trade, what did we do? My Ninja Trader, something went wrong with Ninja Trader on the open. I picked up this trade here, which was awesome. It was a sell down off the Fibonacci's. A sell down actually off the 133 Fibonacci extension, which I've taken off. But because I did such a bad job of calling it, mate, I'm going to mark it as a missed trade. We got a little short here, but we had to scrub it. Then we got a beautiful short here, which ran beautifully, and a number of people did very well out of that trade. And then I called a long on the NASDAQ in the background. Mate, Breezy got 60 ticks on the NASDAQ, which is a lovely trade going back the other way while we're trading the FDAX. And at the moment, mate, we've got people short. At the moment, we're short underneath the 50 fib, the green 50. We waited for the buyers to push up and get slammed. Some people got skipped on the trade, others people didn't. And we're waiting for these guys to move through their 10-point target, which is right there. So as I talk to you, we've got traders that are 9 points towards a 10-point target. Come on, FDAX. Just go a little bit further, please. It's about to come now, guys. There it is. Yeah. Oh, she's doing what she's told. So come on. I wanted to pop this, so I know the 10s are out. And then, guys, we've got people that are going to try and hold the short all the way down to here. And that's us. So I'm only going to say, mate, today we got 3 trades. There were 3 trades we spoke about. A couple of trades, if we broke our rules, we would have been punished. I didn't do a very good job of calling this one, so we're not going to mark that up as a trade. So we'll call it 3 from 3. And, mate, the volume dropped out of the market again today, like it did yesterday, like it did the day before. So, again, let's call it 3 trades, 3 wins, even if they're partial wins, good strike rate, and we'll come back tomorrow. We'll do the whole thing again.
Absolutely sensational.
Mate, that's all I can say. And as I said to everyone today, it's about making money when the market shows up. It's about not making money when it doesn't. And, mate, we've had 3 trades algorithmically perfect. They've all gone to target. And if the market was a little bit friendlier, we would have had 5 trades go to target. But today, it's just not playing the game. But we've still made money. I think that's the most important point, mate. And our strike rate's very high. So.
Where are the stop losses of the people who are in short right now?
At the moment, the stops are break even. Break even at +2. So they're short here. They're going for a 5-point first target. So they've already been paid. 10-point second target. They may have been paid. Their risk is at either +1 or +2 or break even. So they literally, there's 5. So 5 points on the FDAX. There's 140 US in the bank already. Yep. The second target is 280 US, and they've got 0 risk. Like 0 risk. So to me, that just becomes money for jam. Then I think that's actually quite good fun.
Sensational. All right, guys and girls, absolutely wonderful session, and I hope that people in the short will get their second and maybe third take profits in this position. Let's see how it goes. For all of the guys here, I just want to say thank you for joining, and thank you very much, Lachlan, for hosting as usual. Absolutely fantastic. From my side, just a quick reminder that we have rolled out TTP instant accounts. I know that you guys are mainly trading futures. However, if some of you are interested, check this out. Wonderful opportunity for the guys who want to skip the challenge phase and go directly on the earnings. Use code TTP instant for 20% off in case you want to get an account for yourself. Guys and girls, we're gonna say goodbye to all of you. We're gonna say big thank you for joining, and we see each other next week.
Sounds fantastic, guys. Well done. We've done well today. It's all about success rate, psychology, and consistency, and we've done it again.
Volume warming on FDAX.
So, guys, well done. And we've done well, and I'll see everybody tomorrow, ready to rock and roll.
Sensational.
Thank you, Christian.
Guys and girls,
everybody.
enjoy the day. Thank you very much. Thank you, Lachlan, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.